Builders, welcome to the channel where we build financial power. My name is Matt, and this is
Potter. How's it going?
welcome to the show. Appreciate you
Thanks.
sliding by. We put out a show every Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm stupid excited to dive back into another Thursday episode where we've been touching on the basics of crypto. If you're a newbie, if you're a beginner, and you need to know some of like the crucial terminology, I found myself. This is the beginning of my crypto journey, diving in deeper. Potter has much more experience, so I'm sort of learning. She's taking me under her wing, and I keep running across terminology that I know that I'm picking up on, but only because I'm doing this homework. So for somebody that's diving in, it's like, what are all these words? It's slapping me in the face, so many different words. So I wanted to dive into just a little bit of terminology. And tomorrow, if you're feeling squirrely, slide on back by. We're going to dive deeper into a project that we were both in, that we're super interested in, diving into some of the content and nuances of it. And so Thursday, get bits and pieces. Friday, a little deeper in to this metaverse, this meta world.
It is a meta world.
It is. Yeah, I said metaverse and meta world.
No, metaverse was right.
Is it technically a metaverse as well?
But I thought it was funny that you called it meta world, because I'm like, yeah, I guess it is a meta world.
That's deep down the meta rabbit hole, you know. And before we dive into all of this, just so you know, this is just for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
We don't know. This is all a guess at the end of the day. Don't follow our advice, okay?
I thought that you were like gonna pull something off the screen and go, look what we've got, but it was just water.
No. Oh, yeah, that would have been like, see this little trinket here? No, but what I can do is I can reach down and we can start talking. Oh, dang it was over here. Or,
oops.
Market cap. I keep hearing this term thrown around and have for quite some time. I don't understand it extensively, but I do know that market cap is in crypto, DeFi, as well as traditional stocks and whatnot. So this is sort of a universal term. When you hear someone say, oh, this stock is this or this crypto is this, but what's the market cap? What is that they're truly asking?
Probably an ignorant question, but they're using it to say, how much money you got,
There you go.
Right? And in the token world, it used to mean something, but now there's something called diluted market cap, or I forget the name of it, but that's really the one. So, like, if you have, and I saw this on Crypto Banter this morning. It's so funny that you bring it up. If you have a market cap that's like $1 million, but your diluted market cap, I forget what the last part is like $1 billion. You got to go, okay, so we're 6 billion. Where are you gonna get that $6 billion from? You know, I see your value right now. You're worth, I agree with the $1 million that you're worth, but according to this, with all the shares that you have not left, that you still are holding on to, when you let those out into the market, they're worth $6 billion. So the moment that you start releasing those tokens through liquidity, you're going to get lost. Like, the value of that company is going to drop. So looking at the market cap and not the diluted, seems to be a mistake. Now, before I knew about diluted, let me tell you what I felt about market cap. I felt like it was just something you couldn't depend on, because bad guys know how to pervert the market cap to make it look like it's important.
Artificial, like to make it artificial, quote unquote.
It's got to be real, but it is artificial.
Got it.
Because they do it themselves. They just enter trades and they just make themselves trade it up. Right?
Okay.
You don't have to. If there's not a lot of people in it yet, you can just trade with yourself and make it go up.
Yeah, got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and you're 100% right. Anytime I've ever heard anyone ask that question, they are sort of looking at the macro of like, okay, well, cool. Like, so the project we're talking about tomorrow, Drip, I was telling somebody about it and they were like, well, what's the market cap of it? And, you know, trying to figure out like how much money is in it in total. So yeah, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, the way that you can look at it for drip though is you can look at liquidity in you can go to like Dex tools and it'll tell you.
Dex tools, okay.
And then in ours, I forget where you look, but it's on ours as well. I think drip.app probably has something more than the normal site.
And speaking of liquidity, I think that's a good term to bring up. Liquidity is also a universal term, traditional finance or crypto. Liquidity just meaning, all right, you got this much in the bank, in stocks, in whatever. This is what you can actually cash out as of right now. There's no hold time on it. You can use it pretty much now. No?
Yeah, if it's realized, but liquidity can still be unrealized.
Okay.
So when you say what would happen with drip was these people would start up. They say, "Hey, I want to partner with you, Drip," and Forex would be like, "Okay," and he say, "I'm going to help you out a little bit." I'm impersonating Forex. That was a good.
Nice. Yeah. No,
I saw
it.
Did you hear it?
Did see it. I did. I heard it.
Okay. It's just it's so subtle, It's hard to do. So anyway, he says that he would help them get set up, but then when they went live, they didn't have the liquidity themselves, right? So what that means is if I launch a token and I burn all of the tokens immediately, the value of them is going to be nothing because they're all out there. So what people do is initially they say, okay, because it costs money, right? So they say, I'm going to release a little of my liquidity. And whales see that and they go, well, since you have such low liquidity, that means let's go back to something rare, diamonds. If I pull up in a van and it's just full of diamonds, and I say, hey, you want to buy diamonds? You're not going to go, well, I'm not going to pay $1 million for them because you get like $1 billion in that truck, right? So I'm not going to pay as much. But if you pull up in that same van and you go, I just have this many, I can go as a bad guy. I'm going to buy those because you're selling them real cheap, and I'm going to sell those to other people. And when they get ready to buy, I'm going to take their money and drop them on the ground. And whether they're diamonds or not, I don't care because I just got your money, right? So I just went to somebody who said that they have something. I bought it from them cheap. I go to you and tell you, hey, this is really expensive. How do you know? Well, look at the price, but I'm the one who created that price. Right? So you hand me the money, I drop the diamonds and run, right? But I got your money. So liquidity is for tokens. When you first come out, you have all of these diamonds, right? But you keep them in the van, or the truck. You only pull out a little bit, and people go, well, why don't you sell us more? Well, it will cost more. So like when people own a diamond mine, right? They got a lot of diamonds in that thing, but nobody pays them for that. They give them a little bit of appreciation for it, but they haven't really brought the diamonds out of the mine yet, right? So it's not truly valuable. Same thing with tokens that haven't been actually issued.
Okay, right? That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
That does. Yeah.
It's a very complicated thing.
I was gonna say, but I'm glad we touched on it because in my head I always thought my own actual liquidity is what I can go pull from the bank right now. Sure, let's just say I had an insurance policy, a whole life insurance policy that you can put money. You have it, but you can't quite pull it out. Which I know that aspect is correct, but it's interesting to understand you said realized liquidity. Interesting. Okay, I like it.
That's kind of like my own word, but
it.
You got it. I mean, you were still right about the bank thing. That is your liquidity, right?
Yeah. But a level deeper into the meta. I like it.
Going back to the Forex thing, though, what people would do is the bad guys would come in and they say, "Hey, you partner with Drip?" And they're like, "Yeah, I am." Well, I'm going to buy everything that you have since you don't have a lot, and then I'm going to sell it back to these other people, okay? I can't stop you. It's DeFi.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, the price is up here. We thought it was down there. Anyway, it's going to moon, okay? It's take their money and they just drop it, right? And then all of those people are left holding the bags.
Yeah.
Right. So now when you look at that market cap and then the diluted market cap, you say you're worth 1.3 million, but you're 6 billion diluted. If that's the true price, that's not. So that allows me as an investor to go, that's not the price. That's too much. That's too much. I'm not going to, even though this is a good thing, I'm not going to go in.
Yeah.
Because this is going to show me that when you finally say, oh, what do you know? Our diamond mine was available, right? I'm going to be stuck there owning a diamond mine that's like everybody else has. So that means the price is going to drop before I can even get out. So,
but that diluted value, that is, I mean, you go and you type in market cap, like you see a number. The diluted liquidity, that's not sitting there as a number. That's almost perception or what you understand about some of the, right?
So kinda, because I kind of mixed it with a good versus security, right?
Okay.
And so it's really still a security, but even though tokens aren't true, but the mindset is you have to treat it like a security. It's not. It's not really there. So applying the liquidity, like you said, it's still accurate. I can go get it.
Yeah.
They have, look at diluted, the way I see it is potential.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
If everything is as it is at this price with how many tokens are out there, you've got this many tokens out there, and we're saying the value is worth X.
Yeah.
Right. Based on that, when we look down and look at the diluted, we're tying to that all of those open shares or tokens. We're saying all of those equal that. So that's $6 billion. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And Tess, that's a great way that's the best word to describe that potential. Sure, it is a potential, but it's not actually realized. I like it. Very nice. So this was something that you and I were talking about just a little bit before we hopped on here. So there are certain cryptocurrencies that you have to buy one coin in order to acquire this other coin. It's basically like a dual coin system. And what we were doing is we were trying to come up with like, I was asking like, what is that concept? Is there a concept of buying one coin to then hold this coin? And I'm not talking about, you have to go buy BNB to transfer it to like another type of coin, like US dollars to BTC. Not that. It's an actual dual coin system. And recently a project that you had told me about, and I was just looking into a little bit, called ProtoFi. And that is that concept of one coin, another coin, got to have one to have the other. What the heck is that? I know that's confusing for a lot of people, myself included.
Yeah, well, that's because we're brand new to DeFi, right? We call it DeFi, but the centralized groups, they just call it financing, right? So we're not used to financing anybody, right? So we don't understand the way the banks do it or the way VCs do it, right? Venture capitalists. So what they're doing is they're saying, hey, so we have an idea and we want to do some stuff. If you will invest in us, which means that you will give us your liquidity, right? You will give us money so that we can have liquidity. We will give you this thing that is tied to something called a shite coin, right? And so we're saying that this shite coin is pegged to this. And our tokenomics are configured in a way that when people buy or sell, we will send rewards to another pool that, depending on how much of our shite coin that we're making, based on those fees, we will pay you for those things that you then again stake. So now let's pull it back. Person comes in, says, hey, I would like to buy Matt Lane token. Right? You say, that's cool. I really appreciate you doing that. And because of this economic system I've got derived, I'm going to give you something. And because it's only really you, there's not going to be a lot of funds in the pool to pay yourself. But I'm going to give you this crappy token. It's called Matt Lane X token. So if you hold on, if you then, after you buy, I'm going to give you this X token, right? I'm going to let you, I did it wrong. No, it's sorry. So I'm going to let you collect some of the Matt token, right? Then I'm going to let you take out the Matt token and stake it in that pool. Now, if it's just you and I going, there's nothing going to happen. But when we have thousands of people interacting with my token, it's going to generate revenue.
Okay.
Right? And by just having that token that I gave you, the X Matt token, by just staking that, you're going to get money. Right? I'm going to give you a percentage. And if you own 100% of the pool, you get 100% of the royalties. Right? But naturally, it's not like that. So you end up dividing that with a lot of people. Big concept. It's almost worth like 2 shows by itself.
Without a doubt. But no, I like that Cliff Notes and that you can establish that. That's good because that's I was really like wrapping my head around that concept, and then I started. It's a big one for sure. Okay.
Yeah, right. Because like our whole lives, we're used to going to the bank and borrowing. We're used to getting a paycheck. We're used to hearing about our bank giving loans. We're used to us saying, "Hey, I want a business loan," but we weren't ever saying, "Hey, how are you doing that?" And so in the financial system, we give them liquidity via our dollars and our paychecks. And they say to people, we'll give you this thing called interest. That's really just an X token. And we'll give you 0.00000, percent, right?
Yeah.
And we go, oh, wow, thank you so much. I mean, like, I just thought it was going to sit there. Don't worry about it. And we're going to finance Sam's bar and we're going to charge him 20%. We're going to give you 0.00, because don't forget, we got a lot of clients. We need to divide this up. And it's like, that's not.
Yep. Well, transitioning to the next one, which I don't think it has anything to do with this, does it? I don't know. dAPP. I've heard the term come up, and I actually just drew a blank on what the actual term. Like that's
DeFi
the
application.
There it is. There, DeFi application. Is that considered the actual protocol of the coin? Or is that okay?
So drip is a dAPP.
Okay. So is like Bitcoin or Ethereum a dAPP?
No, those are tokens.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So
that's why it's Drip Network. That's why it's not. And that's every time I say coin, I always I haven't heard that used once. I haven't heard drip. That is, I haven't heard drip called coin once. Okay. All right.
But I don't want to get you too far. It's more of a chain. Like, so Ethereum is a chain.
Okay.
Right. Phantom is a chain, but they also have a token.
Okay.
So does that alter anything?
Decentralized application.
That means so the Animal Farm, Protify, Drip, Pancake Swap.
Okay.
All of those are dApps. That's how you have to use these applications to move around your tokens.
There you go.
To exchange your tokens, to create LP pairs.
Okay.
Right?
So there's it's not utility. It's Bitcoin is a coin. If it appreciates, if it depreciates, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you can buy some stuff with it. That's pretty much it. A dAPP is the ability. Yeah, you're right. You have that coin inside of it, but the dAPP has, you can stake it. You can go in there and, like you said, LP pairs and the reservoir and all that stuff. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So it's like Word. If Word was in your web browser, it'd be a dAPP.
Yep. It's an app. It's an app. It's in the friggin' Word. How did I not pick that? Yep.
Because it's not to people who are not technical, to
Yep.
people who are not programmers, to people who haven't been in this.
Yep.
We forget for being in it for so long that it doesn't speak to people, right? So that was a good question. It doesn't say dApplication. It says dAPP.
That's true. It's true. See how we did that? Like look at that. It's just a natural conversation. If you guys want more of this, like if you're enjoying this, leave a comment down below. I want to know, like, at what point are you actually watching this? Are you watching this in the future? Did you see this yesterday? Just leave a comment. I want to know. What I'm trying to do is document my journey in learning this. Potter's, I mean, again, she has great knowledge. She's still learning herself. So I'm at times trying to press her a little bit and dig into her. So I guess the question, wrapping this bad boy up, is what are 2 to 3 things that Potter looks at when saying, I'm going to get into this project? And I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, are there any pillars where, like, I'm going to get into it? Obviously, project's going to be different. What you got?
Well, first, thanks for the plug, because Matt also knows I have a Patreon, but I have $500 slots and two $50 slots and one $25 slot, and forever $3 slots if you want to go on the drip. But so I give more information in there, but high level, developer, doxing, and some understanding of what they're doing.
Okay. High level developer, doxing, and a general understanding of what they're doing. Got it. All right. I like that a lot. The only thing I can come up with for myself, not that the question's asking me, is right now, and my new journey is something like drip, to be honest with you, like something that is paying out interest. Honestly, for me, especially in the DeFi world, I'm not super interested in getting into something that only appreciates or depreciates. Like, it's not a bad thing, but for me and where I'm at, I'm looking for something that does a little more than that. So,
right. And the good news is that's what DeFi is. Like, okay. DeFi is saying, hey, I'm going to take that token, I'm going to put it to work. Right. My strategies are only 1/5 or less than 1/5 of my things are just sitting there going, so that is in alignment with why you're going to like DeFi so much.
Yep, for sure. Well, I like it a lot. You got anything in closing?
Nope.
I like it. Well, builders, we'll be back tomorrow. Let's learn more about drip and keep building. All right, I forget that.
Cool.
That was really good.
I really liked it. And